What's up, Dog Pound? Thank you guys for tuning in to a brand new episode of Mighty Mac Week in Review. My name's Dave Molinaro. I'm joined by my partner, Sarah Pasternak.
After a full week of games, women's soccer hosted Wesley last week. Here are the highlights.
In the 30th minute, after Morgan McDonough was taken down in the box, Erica Buckley gets light on her feet, steps up, and scores this penalty kick attempt to give the Macs a 1-0 lead. Later in the first half, it's Buckley again off of a power pass from Bridget Polanski, but her shot is saved by the keeper and the Macs will take a 1-0 lead heading into the locker room. In the second half, Rachel Gudasian takes a deflected corner kick and hits a shot from the 20-yard line that the keeper saves. Wesley would go on to score the equalizer in the second half. In overtime, the Wolverines go on the attack and Elizabeth McBride makes one of her 4 saves on the night. And after 2 overtimes, the Macs would tie the Wolverines 1-1. On Thursday, Widener came to Draper Walsh Stadium and early on trailing 1-0, Morgan McDonough hits the bouncing rebound, but her volley sails wide. In the second half, with Widener applying more pressure, sophomore goalie Allie Tracy is there to make a diving save, one of her career-high 13 on the day, but the Macs would fall 5-0.
This week, the Mighty Macs traveled to Swarthmore on Wednesday and Cairn on Saturday to open up their CSAC play.
The men's soccer team had a pair of non-conference games. Let's take a look and head out onto the pitch. The Mighty Macs trailed 2-0 early on in the first half against Moravian, and this is why they call it the world's most beautiful game. Matt Dunn finds Mark Stoudemire, touch pass to Kyle Jumelon, a little juke against the goalie, and the Mighty Macs score to make the game 2-1. Later in the first, with the Mighty Macs still trailing 2-1, Moravian has a corner kick and puts the ball in the box, but Joe Lebonsky, with those goalie gloves like the hamburger helper glove, eats up that shot, tips it away, and the Mighty Macs stay 2-1. With the Mighty Macs pressing late in the first, Brandon Bubba Logan with the throw-in. Moravian tips it out, but Alex Schuler gets a shot at it and puts it high over the crossbar, almost tying the game right before half. After halftime, the Mighty Macs still fighting late. Lebonsky fights off a blast for one of his 8 saves of the day, but the Macs were unable to rally and get another goal. They ended up falling to Moravian by a score of 2-1. The men's soccer team finally pulled through, won their first game of the season by a final score of 1-0 on an Alex Noel penalty kick in the 85th minute over Penn State Abington. He was named to the CSAC Weekly Honor Roll and Mighty Mac of the Week, and we also caught up with him. Here's the interview. Joined here in studio by the freshman midfielder on the Immaculata men's soccer team, Alex Noel. Alex, thanks for joining me.
My pleasure. Thanks for having me.
No problem. So the men's soccer team started off interestingly, I guess we should say, 0-3. All 3 games, though, were very close, lost all 3 by 1 goal each. So you don't like to say there's moral victories, but there's definitely some positives that we saw early on in the season. What are some of the things that the team took away from that 0-3 start?
I think the biggest thing we took out was, we were in every game. All 3 games were 1-goal losses, as you said, and we were in every game. I mean, we lose the first game with a minute left in overtime. The second game we lose on a header with 10 minutes left, and the third game we lose on 2 soft goals. And, you talk to a lot of people, you talk to a lot of guys that are returning, the soccer that we've been playing the past 3 or 4 games is better than anything that's been around here for a while. So I think for us, moving forward, it's good that we're playing the kind of soccer that Coach wants us to play and that we want to play, but we got to start getting more results.
Mm-hmm. And then, as you said, under Coach Clementi's new attacking style, it is different play than what we've usually seen. And yesterday, as we saw with you winning the CSAC Honor Roll Award, and also earlier this weekend with that first win, it's been working. Can you tell us about Saturday's game, and more specifically that final game-winning play?
The game Saturday was probably our best game so far this year, and especially the first half. We came out and we put them under pressure immediately. Offensively, our pressing just really scared them. The second half we kind of fell back, but that came because of that. Our defense really stepped up, and that starts with Bonds, Pat Friend, Bramble, Corey, Bubba, Donnie, and Benny. I mean, those guys really stepped up in that second half, gave us a shot to then, late in the game get that penalty, which, comes from Kyle Jumelon being that big, strong forward, playing Stevie through, who slides Mark in, and Mark gets fouled in the box. And, I did what I had to do, put the ball away, but the more important thing was we were able to get the win.
Mm-hmm. And then there's a couple more non-conference games. I think in about a week and a half we start CSAC play. How are you guys starting to gear up for that? What are some of the things you still need to, tidy up loose ends to get ready for the CSAC?
Well, being 1-3 with 3 non-conference games left, we definitely want to at least get back to 500, maybe even get over 500. We have Penn State Berks, Del Val, 2 winnable games, and then we go to William Patterson, who's probably going to be the toughest game of the year. But, we have the confidence that we can go in there, play anyone, and beat anyone if we play our style. So the biggest thing we need to work on is keep playing our style, keep playing the way we play, and the results will start to come with it.
Mm-hmm. The men's soccer team's next game is today, 4 o'clock at Draper Walsh Stadium against Penn State Abington. Alex Noel, the CSAC Honor Roll, thank you for coming in.
Thank you for having me.
Good luck the rest of the way.
Thank you.
The men's soccer team will play host twice this week. Tonight, 4 o'clock at Draper Walsh Stadium against Penn State Berks, and then Saturday, 3 p.m. against Del Val.
Volleyball had a light week with just 1 match at Penn State Berks, and the Macs won 3-1 to move 4-2 on the season. Arden Vizard was named to the CSAC Weekly Honor Roll after the win for the 2nd time in her career. The Macs will play at Ursinus Tuesday before their home and CSAC opener on Saturday against Rosemont.
Over to field hockey, the Macs played their home opener last Wednesday. Let's take a look.
Junior goalie Christine McIntyre tested early with the kick save, rebound shot again, glove save this time, got 2 of her 5 saves on the day. The Mighty Macs trailing late in the game 5-0, but still showing fight. Hannah Stambaugh gets on the board with this tip goal, her first of her career. Less than 2 minutes later, Brooke Robinson gets in on the action and scores one of 2 goals on the week for her. She was named to the CSAC Weekly Honor Roll for the first time in her career. She's also one of the biggest fans of the show. Hey, Brooke.
Field hockey would go on to lose Saturday at Swarthmore. We play this week tonight at Haverford, and then Thursday home at the Drape against Goucher, and then again on Saturday against King's College.
Women's tennis lost a tough but close 5-4 match to Cabrini after 11 days off to fall to 1-1 in the season. They will be at Penn State Berks today, at Keystone Thursday, and at Rutgers Camden on Saturday.
Men's and women's cross-country team will be in action on Saturday at Cairn.
This week, be sure to head out to Draper Walsh Stadium on Tuesday and Thursday for home games to support the Macs. And then on Saturday, we got 3 games on campus, a doubleheader at the Draper Walsh Stadium, and then volleyball's home opener.
That looks like it's going to be all for this week's episode of Mighty Mac Week in Review. My name's Dave Monero.
And I'm Sarah Pasternak.
And go Macs.